Welcome. I'm so excited you're here with me. I'm Cindy, you know that, and I'm here with Erika for another installment of our Women's Empowerment series featuring transitioning teachers. Hey, Erika, how are you?
Hi, I'm good. How are you?
I am fantastic. Excuse me. I'm so excited that you are here today. So tell everybody, what are you doing?
I am an executive assistant for a nonprofit in clinical research right
Wow, that sounds pretty funky. What do you do? What do you really do?
now. Really, what I do is I attend meetings and take notes and write down action items and email them out to the team. I schedule different conferences and really just work individually with different members of the leadership team for really whatever their needs are. And that's between scheduling meetings with different people. Um, and it's been a really great transition for me.
That's fantastic. We were just talking, we were just talking off camera about how happy you were and how much you love your job and your team. Do you want to share more for our other transitioning teachers about what it's like on the other side?
Yes, it is. It's really great. I'm working at home full time, and it just allows me to have more freedom. I have a lot of autonomy in my current role, which was something that I really had to get used to. Um, but it's been really wonderful feeling like I am trusted in my current role. And my team is really, really great. I really enjoy working with them, and that's, I think, the really big thing to look for. Um, I feel more like myself again, and not just like a teacher. I'm not defined by that anymore. Um, Less stress. I'm feeling really good about the transition. I was, for lack of a better word, terrified at first, because I just didn't know what I was doing. I didn't know what I could do. And fully transitioned, it feels really good now.
I love, love, love to hear that. I remember when you first started and the autonomy and them just saying, here, go do this. And it was, I don't know, unusual, right? It was something you had to get adjusted to. And we talked about how this was an opportunity for you to really take the lead and shine. What has that felt like?
Yeah, it was really hard at first because I wasn't used to being so fully trusted and felt like a member of the real team. Um, and so I kind of had to build my confidence in that. I was shy at first, and I just wasn't really sure what to do. But with your encouragement, I really just kind of stepped into it and said, here's what I did. Let me know if you want me to change it, what you want me to do. And I think me stepping into that really showed my team that I was ready to work, and they could really throw things at me, and I was going to get it done. Um, so yeah, it was scary at first because I just wasn't sure. Um, but I learned that they really respect me as part of the team, and I am their colleague. And anything they give me to do, they trust me to do really well. And it feels really great.
It must be incredible,
It
right?
is.
That's everything that anybody looks for in a job, right? Is to be trusted, to be considered as part of the team, to be respected. I know that even during the interview process, you met with the CEO of the company.
Yes. Yeah. And it really was meeting with the team members that I was going to be working with that really set it in stone for me that this is the company I wanted to work with. It's a startup, and many of the leadership team followed the CEO, and that really told me that he was someone that I wanted to work with, that he respected his teammates and they respected him. And that's very evident now that I'm working there.
It's fantastic. Yeah, we discussed that because I believe you were in final stages of interviews for two jobs at the same time. And we were trying to decide which was going to be the best position for you. And you're like, I really like the team here, the people here. The fact that the team members follow the CEO from one company to another means that he must treat them well.
Yes.
So talk about that, right? You weren't just applying for jobs in one field.
I was really broadening my horizons with applications. The other company that I was in the final stages for was an education company, which I felt it just felt like me because I'd been teaching for so long and it was comfortable. I know teaching. I was really good at it. And this other job that now I currently have was in a nonprofit that I had never worked for a nonprofit. And so it was a little scary because it's something I didn't know. But like I said, the team that I met is what solidified this is the way I want to go. And we had also talked about that though the other company I was comfortable with, maybe I needed a full change, something completely not related to education. And I
Yes.
think that was definitely the way to go for me.
Yes, yes, absolutely, absolutely. So what was the journey like?
It was hard. It was terrifying. I put in tons of applications for lots of different things, spent a lot of time reworking resumes and cover letters. But it was after you and I started working together that I really started to feel confident. I think at the beginning of my journey of transitioning, I was not confident at all. I was like, this is never, in the back of my mind, I was like, this is never going to work. I'm going to be stuck where I am forever. But it was after you and I started working that you really encouraged me that if I'm getting an interview, they already know I can do the job. I've got to show who I am. And that's what changed it for me. Going into interviews, I was not trying to convince them that I could do the job. I was trying to convince them that I was the right person for the job.
Right.
And I felt confident in my abilities and who I am as a person. And that's when I started getting further along in the interview process. And I was no longer terrified, I was excited.
I love that. I love that. I love that. And I think that all of this happened. I mean, we worked together for 12 weeks, and this definitely happened during that 12 weeks that you were in final stages of one and got the offer from the other. Maybe it was 8 or 10 weeks. I don't remember
Yeah,
exactly, but
our last 2 weeks was discussing my actual transition. So
okay. So
probably at
then
10 that I
within
accepted.
10 weeks, you had gotten that offer.
Yes.
Within 10 weeks, you had gotten that offer. Amazing, amazing. What is your advice for other transitioning teachers?
My advice would be to broaden your horizons. Don't feel like you have to stay in the education sector in general. Feel out who you are as a person and what your identity is outside of being a teacher. If I hadn't have broadened my horizons into let's look at nonprofits and different types of jobs in nonprofits, I probably would still be in the classroom. So don't feel like you have to stick with education. Look at other opportunities. And be confident. I personally, as a teacher, just was not confident in who I was as a person at the end of teaching. But explore yourself, and going into those interviews, be confident and show who you are as a person.
Awesome. Yeah, it's hard sometimes, right? When you identify as one thing for your whole career, to
Mhm.
see yourself as something else and to be confident in who you are as somebody else. So
Yeah.
thank you so much for sharing your story, and I hope you inspire lots of other teachers to realize that they don't have to choose one direction, and that they absolutely can do this and find that dream job on the other side.
Yes, and I thank you. And honestly, they need to reach out to you to help if they don't feel confident. It You were a huge part in me landing this job and me feeling that confidence. So thank you for what you did for me.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Best of luck and continued success always.
Thank you.